I'm going to start. My name is Frederik. I'm from Germany. And initially, I wanted to present you, or I'm going to present you the prototype of a research project that we've done in Germany, funded by the Ministry of Research and Education, that is dealing with Odoo and knowledge management. You can follow the project using that Twitter account, or if you want to see it online, www.magma-project.eu. Okay. The project has been done with not only us at initOS, but two more partners. One is the Institute for Applied Informatics of the University of Leipzig, and the other one is Agricon. It's an agricultural company that's doing precise farming in Eastern Germany. And it obviously was funded by the Ministry of Research and Education. So I'd like to give you a brief introduction what I'm going to do. I'd like to present you the Magma project, a brief summary on what we did in terms of research, the design principles that popped up from the research, how we implemented the design, and I wanted to to show you the running instance. As I said, the project was funded by the Ministry of Education and Research in Germany. Its project duration was beginning of January 2016, and it will last until the March of 2018. So we are in the middle of the implementation phase. So what I'm going to present, or what I want to present, is a live system. So project partners are, as I said, in Institute for Applied Informatics, Agricon, and initOS. And what's the overall outcome of the project should be a scientific project that solves an actual need in SMEs. And this actual need is doing knowledge management in a broad vision. So what we first did was a literature analysis on how knowledge management should be done in small, medium enterprises. And what are the challenges to be solved, what are the risks to be taken into account, and what are the relevant aspects to bring up once you build a knowledge management application. So first, the papers conclude that the advantage of having a corporate knowledge management is having a central information repository. That saves time and cost because your employees should ideally find all the information that is aligned with the daily business inside that knowledge management system. However, there is a certain difficulty to maintain security in such setups because not every information is meant for every employee. So you have to take care about the assignment of information to persons, even outside the company. Furthermore, the literature concluded that data migration might be challenging because it is already clear that a lot of systems exist in the marketplace that contain bits and pieces of information in the daily business. And in order to make a knowledge management system run inside a small, medium company, you have to give incentives to the people, because one of the greatest or largest problems while applying knowledge management solutions is that employees usually handle that as a burden. So they are not very eager to document whatever they do because at one point they make themselves uncomfortable with sharing the information, and on the other hand, it's taken as a burden. Literature analysis, or the body of literature, also concludes that if in order to succeed in the marketplace with a knowledge management solution, it has to be easy, the content access has to be easy, the information flow has to be traceable and trackable over time. There should be some kind of cross-company integration and a categorization of the content inside the knowledge management system, as well as advanced search. Once you look at the marketplace specific for SME, you find out that there are very scarce tooling in the market. We found by a structured Google analysis, we found out that there are only 35 applications in the whole wide world that deal specifically with, they claim to deal with knowledge management. And only 4 of those tools cover 50% of the entire feature functionality we've identified from analyzing all those tools. So if you look at the table, you might see that the green one, Wiki, is not covered by any of the most popular knowledge management solution for SME. Why is that? Most probably because open source has already made inroad for the wiki part of knowledge management, and there is no need for commercial applications to replace that. So most of even the most prominent SME solutions do not have any wiki functionality. So one may conclude that the existing tooling for knowledge management is very much focused around groupware. So there are groupware providers that have their traditional groupware or their traditional document management system and claim that it would be a fully blown knowledge management system, which is actually not really true. And means of modern information exchange like video conferencing or telephony or skill management, which is very necessary for engineering companies to maintain, is not really handled in contemporary knowledge management solutions. So once you analyze the market, you will see that most SME have a very vast landscape of different applications in place already where they store bits and pieces of the knowledge. So you see Kanban boards. You might know Trello or other Kanban applications besides the one that is implemented in Odoo. This is, for example, used by engineering companies a lot in order to get their lean management done. Then you have this, many of the customers we've been analyzing within the research use, of course, Odoo. They use bug tracking systems across the operational workload, and they use file sharing solutions like NextCloud. So the real design principle of coming up with a knowledge management solution is not reinvent the wheel twice. So somebody might have the idea to re-implement everything into Odoo, but that would just be a nightmare and a waste of resources, at least to our perception of the problem. So instead of reinventing the wheel twice, we'd like to connect instead of replicate what is already existing in the applications. So considering knowledge, we consider knowledge furthermore as being composed. If you imagine that, for instance, somebody is asked to do a marketing campaign, he has to read, he has to access certain knowledge, maybe he has to attain a training. These all are assets, informational assets that are being used across the process. And there is no single knowledge management solution that integrates the business process with the underlying systems that contain the knowledge, what we call knowledge artifacts. So in order to not invent the wheel twice, we deviated from the research a so-called knowledge artifact metamodel. What do we mean with the knowledge artifact metamodel? The knowledge artifact metamodel is, if you will, a representation of the knowledge asset in any of the given systems that we integrated. And we made a hybrid knowledge asset by linking those together inside Odoo, because all of the systems that exist as of today do not link the knowledge assets to the actual business processes, be it the sale order, be it the project management solution inside your ERP system. And that was the challenge to be solved. Furthermore, one might mean that you could easily use a Google integration. This would be really dangerous or difficult in Germany because of the compliance and data management and data security issues and concerns in Germany. So nobody would really use the Google Docs as a file storage. So what we've done is we've struggled with a lot of difficulties while implementing that prototype into Odoo. First of all, we think Odoo is a perfect match to match the business data with process-oriented data. So the process-oriented data of an ERP system is already quite well reflected in Odoo, so there is nothing to be done here. But every single asset that you create while you use an Odoo system, be it a sale order or be it a project, we claim it is a knowledge artifact as well. So what we did is we intercepted the write and create methods of Odoo in order to deviate a knowledge meta artifact that represents the item in the system of origin. So once you create a sale order in Odoo, automatically a knowledge artifact is also created. And in the systems we link to Odoo, these are for the time being NextCloud and Mantis. So once you store a file, who of you knows NextCloud? Okay, quite a few. So please imagine, because I have everything running, but I can't show it now. If you create a file in NextCloud, this Mantis meta artifact is pushed to Odoo and then put as an asset in Odoo. And what you now can do in Odoo is you can start from a process landscape that we put into Odoo that reflects the standard business processes of a company. You can start to link the meta artifacts to those processes, and you can handle those meta artifacts similarly as bills of material. So imagine you have to make a marketing campaign, and you have to read knowledge about, you have to make a marketing campaign about dogs and pets. You have to read a lot about dogs and pets and get pictures and get the pictures done, get the marketing, get texts done. Every single piece of these texts is a knowledge artifact and can then be linked into a combined knowledge artifact and linked to the item in Odoo. For instance, the project that you created in the Odoo project management tool that guides the whole operational work of that. So for the time being, the architecture that I would have loved to show you looks like this. So we have Odoo as a central instance, and we have Mantis as a bug tracker, and these two file storage solutions, OnCloud and NextCloud, they are linked to Odoo via OAuth authentication. That means you have an identifier inside Odoo that links the interface to those applications, and whenever a file is created in NextCloud, it is automatically deviated the knowledge artifact. The knowledge artifact is not the data itself, but the knowledge artifact is pushed to Odoo and can be seen within Odoo. So we've created not a synchronization, bidirectional synchronization, but a bidirectional access, so that the data itself can be shown in your Odoo client later on. So imagine you have a text file or the video file. It will be directly shown in your Odoo template, but it will be accessed from the NextCloud system. So I already told you about the knowledge artifact and how we got that. It's based on the Dublin core. Who of you knows the Dublin core? Okay, the guys that are working with knowledge management most probably know that. So we used the Dublin core, we extended it, and we represented the Dublin core, the extended Dublin core, into Odoo. So each knowledge artifact has, for example, a life cycle. It has different authors. It has dates of creation, dates of modification, and all that is held together in the artifact inside Odoo. So you can make search about the artifact, and you can access the data via the interface. Yeah, unfortunately, the most impressive part is left out because of the shit with the machines. You have to believe me. I was working 2 days to get it all run on Docker, and I would love to show you. Would have loved to show you, even though I have just 1 minute left. But I will create a video, and whoever is interested in the running solution, in the running prototype, and I think it's mostly all of you, should leave his business card with me, and I will make sure that the video is circulated among you. Thank you very much, and I'm open for questions. Any question? Yep.
So you talked about the fact that your file is on the cloud, but
yes.
It's not directly in Odoo, but you can
No.
access it.
Yeah.
That was the case. And so it's not in Odoo directly?
No.
But still you can access it. But you mean that the knowledge is in Odoo. So what's really different. So you
No, the knowledge is, you should understand knowledge as something that can be engineered from bits and pieces. So conceive knowledge as something that is existing of parts, bits and pieces. As long as they can be represented, they can, the asset itself, be it the picture, can store anywhere in your system landscape. But still, this picture of a cat, of your personal cat, for instance, has a creation date, has a size, has a creator, has something, maybe modifications or revisions, and all that can be stored in the replicated Metamodel. So the data itself resides in the system where it is kept best. For instance, NextCloud, because NextCloud comes with replication clients for your mobile phone. It's rather easy to store it and share it. But the Metamodel itself exists in your Odoo system. So once it comes to the necessity to use that data within the business process, you could, for instance, in the sale order, you can link it to that sale order and in that case, make sure that another employee, not you, but your colleague, sees that knowledge asset, that this knowledge asset does exist and can directly access it within Odoo. So the picture of your cat pops up, whatever that might purposeful for in that regard, but or in engineering, we also made, who of you know BPMN? So that's a business process modeling notation. We also integrated the business process modeling notation JavaScript of BPMN.io into Odoo, so you can store it, you can use NextCloud to store a BPMN file, and that is then directly displayed in Odoo as a BPMN graph, which dramatically eases the way you speak about business processes, because that kind of representation has been done earlier on in Odoo. It popped out of Odoo. It's not existing anymore, but once you attach or attract larger customers, you always have to do something with business processes to understand what they are actually doing in their business conduct. Yeah?
Do you plan to also consider the expire date?
Yes, exactly. That we do that as well. So each knowledge artifact has a date of creation and has an outdated field. So you can automatically say that this knowledge artifact expires in like 5 months from now, and then it will be marked as expired. It will not be deleted, because we discussed, is deletion good or not. We don't delete it. We keep the knowledge artifact, but we hide it so that we can do the revision and tracking afterwards. We can see which knowledge artifact has been represented for a while and then replaced by another one. And we also extended the search functionality from Odoo in order to be able to search in multidimensionally in the assets. Because if you combine knowledge assets with artifacts in Odoo, it can be quite messy to search among different models. We made that work so that you can access via the top root knowledge artifact, you can access everything else underneath. Yep. Sorry, I would have. I'm really sad. Thank you very much.